Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you to PlayerFound and Mad Mushroom for the game key. Today, we are going to play Clock. It released on July 9th for Xbox and PlayStation. Pretty close to almost the 1-year anniversary of the release on Steam. For more info, the link is in the description. Now, let's get into it.
Deus me acuda! Socorro!
Filhote do cão, deixa a dona em paz.
Okay, so I think they're speaking Portuguese. Let's change the sound. All right, there we go. So now our sound should be English.
Clockmaker,
Yeah, now it's English.
your arrival is too late. The Antichrist has taken our dear counselor. You must rescue him.
That's like a shrine. Yeah, it's like a twin stick shooter kind of thing. Pretty interesting. I personally am not a fan of like roguelites and roguelikes, but this one feels a little different though. Like in a way, it feels similar to like a Diablo Path of Exile. Certainly looks like Torchlight, and I don't hate that. But other ones that I've really gotten into were like Dead Cells and Hades. So what I've read is that from the developers is that this game is trying to encapsulate almost like an entire season of like a Path of Exile or like a Diablo kind of thing. So it's definitely ADHD. We'll do plus 20% damage. So yeah, you're gonna get a lot of like buffs, a lot of things popping left and right. But I think it's strictly a shooter. I don't think there's any sort of melee. From what I've played, like you get like knives and whatnot, but you're not necessarily throwing. They're kind of like auto range kind of thing. I think the furthest run I've gotten so far is like 10 on my personal playthrough. To be honest, I wasn't really trying that hard. Just kind of playing it just to kind of understand tempo of the game and everything. Blessing of proficiency. So let's do heavy shot. Or whichever I picked. I don't even know which one I picked, to be honest. Yeah, so it's definitely getting all the dopamine hits, right? So you're getting all the buffs, you're getting loot everywhere, you're popping brains, so to speak. Yeah, crates to destroy, vases to destroy. I don't know if there's anything else that we can actually destroy. The initial load in is a little bit, but once you kind of get through that, man, going from floor to floor is like a second, maybe. So here's like your automatic knives. As you can see, they're just automatically distributing based off the enemies nearby. One cool thing I like about this game that I wish other ARPGs do is you auto aim based on the enemies. So as long as there's like an enemy in front of me, I can't turn around. So like I'll long press until they all go away. And then now I can turn around. Otherwise, I'm walking backwards the whole entire time. Like right now, see? I basically back up until he died. So you're here. And then now I can't. So I'm within range, I guess. I really like that concept. Because a lot of times you give your back away to like save your butt, you know? Or to give yourself space in between. So I do like that it just engages like an auto lock kind of thing. So you can still shoot because again, this game is like a twin stick shooter. So you still want to kind of sit there to shoot as you're walking backwards like we just did there. Oh, we just got hit. Blessings of proficiency, level up 4. Shadow haste, readiness, so it's a cooldown. Damage. I think we're gonna do cooldown right now. Because This is to our dash button, so this is B. And I do like that if you notice at the bottom, it does kind of like a little blink shine kind of thing to acknowledge which one you've done. I really like that. It's like the little details, you know? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like rogues and soul type games and stuff. We have played a lot of them, or games that like to use traits of those games. Something like an Enshrouded or whatever. What we do is we just nerf it to make it more of like an ARPG, less survival kind of thing, if that makes any sense. And then you can also use the right stick to control what you're looking to. So if you wanted to stand prone, you can by using the right stick. Yeah, so right now I'm pulling the right trigger, and that one uses mana. So if I do the right bumper, it does not. It's just a single shot. And I think the dash uses it, and this does not though. It has a cooldown.
Please help me! That voice. Chihuahua Badger?
Yeah, it's a very addictive game. And you know what? Dead Cells, Hades were as well. I see this being just as addictive. And I do like the idea where it's kind of like a Diablo. Like, that's almost my wheelhouse. I don't like respec. I don't do all those things. I just play the games as they are. And have fun running and looting and everything. But yeah, man, I played like Grim Dawn, Victor Vran, Van Helsing, The Adventures of Van Helsing. Torchlight, Diablo, Titan Quest. Some of my favorite games are isometric. Hell, man, one of my favorite franchises, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Holy Christ! Deliver me from this place!
Let's get him out.
Badger, run!
Run, fool.
So,
It's all dramatic. Screaming at each other. So it was like a mini boss here, I guess. Yeah, so I've never been a big fan of fantastical builds. Like, God love you if you have the attention span to do any of that stuff. I do not. I want to play this like I'm actually shooting them, you know? I don't want things automatically doing or just pressing one button kind of thing. Like, I do like this, like, where it's like you're long pressing, but you feel like you're kind of doing something as opposed to like a spin to win kind of deal. Oh, we got stuck. Oh, bad guy. Who knows? So he's like shooting things at us, isn't he? Oh, he's almost done. Oh, we're getting stuck on things though. There we go, we got him. Blessings of Proficiency. So this is, I guess, a buff every time we level up. Violent Assault. We haven't really used that. We basically used it to create space and evasion. We didn't really use that as an offense, but apparently you can. Swift Caster. Sure. Because we kind of want those to regen. Oh, we got another one. So we got 5 and 6. The Blade Horde Max Knives. Yes, one more. Thank you very much.
I was already thinking those dummies would not yield.
Now again, I don't know what pressing Y does.
One piece.
Yeah, so I'm not fully sure what Y does, if it maybe increases the range of what the knives are, because I think the knives are just automatic. Like you see right now, we have what, 6? They're always going to throw out. So if we get in range, they will automatically. We don't have to press Y or anything. So I don't know if that is like an extra shield bubble or something that we're pressing Y. It's helping us. It could be that. Let's see what it says. So we'll see this one. Shoot multiple projectiles in a cone in front of you, especially strong against nearby enemies. again, this uses mana, as you can see. Uses 114. This one, your basic attack is your, I guess, basic revolver shot. Restores 15% of your maximum mana on hit. So that's cool. I didn't know that it actually regen some of your mana. So this one's Shadow Dash. Dash very quickly, dealing damage to enemies in your path. Okay. And then this is the one, Spectral Knives. Summons a ring of spectral knives around you that are automatically thrown at nearby enemies. Activating the skill instantly regenerates the knives and makes them shoot faster. Deal more damage for a few seconds. Okay, so it's like a buff when you enact it, but I think it already does it by default. And this is just like another button to press it, I guess, if you don't want to press Q, because it leaves when we go back to gamepad. So we'll do Blasting Constitution. Yeah, I think, you know what, more mana. I think we're pretty decent on life right now. Like, knock on wood, we haven't needed to use any of our poison. Which I think poison is your health, ironically. Yeah, so those dogs are very annoying. Comes sprinting right at you, and all these guys throwing stuff. All right, so there was like one mini boss in that little bunch there. Dropped a bunch of things. Let's get this. So, wow, it looks like a lot. We'll only gain like 10 coins in that. The funny thing is, I think we're gaining almost as many coins in crates and boxes and like vases and stuff as we do in like a loot chest. It looks like a lot more though. Yeah, so I imagine the knives just make it more effective for a short amount of time. Yeah, I gotta say, for gamepad, this game is pretty well done. Because, you know, you play these like point and clicks or just isometric games, and they could be hit or miss. It really comes down to the controls and whatnot. Blessing of Proficiency, level up 7. We have multi-shot. Yeah, let's go back to that. Get this. So yeah, that was like 11 coin. I don't know if it drops anything else, but I'm looking at the bottom right and it looks like it adds like 11 coins. It says plus 11. So it seems like there's a lot more, but I don't think there is. It's fine. You get a lot of those. Again, this is like ADHD. This is what they said encapsulates equivalent of like a whole season of playing a ARPG like a Diablo or Path of Exile. So you're definitely gonna get like ADHD overload. But it's very fun though. Kind of want to increase your runs every time you go because it's a roguelite, so you're gonna retain things, and there are a lot of accessibility features in this game as well, which is nice to see. You can make your games tough and have all these rules, but you also want people to buy your game, right? You want people to play your game. So it doesn't matter how niche your game is. If you focus too many on like the lack of accessibility things, people aren't gonna play, because gaming is inclusive. Gaming is all inclusive. This is why I turn down certain features in games, just to make it more fun. I want to enjoy the world that they handcrafted. Or in this one, procedurally generated. This is the wake of our destruction here. All our loot that we hadn't picked up yet. So this is a dead end. Let's get all the loot. Yeah, so we're getting like 10 coins, 8 coins, 11 coins. I feel like the chests are just a dopamine hit.
How long have I been down?
And not necessarily as much loot. We have a guy crawling right at us. Blessing of Spirit. So it's a cooldown, physical damage, critical chance. Let's do cooldown. Yeah, we had to be ready on those because we had a bunch of runners. Too many things are happening at once, so my brain cannot commute what the names are of all the creatures. Because again, they are throwing a bunch of characters at you, like they do in like a Diablo or just a normal ARPG, right?
I'm exhausted.
So my brain can't comprehend all the individual names, especially if they're telling you them, right? Like it's too many things happening. And it doesn't help too when you're getting more of the dopamine things of like chests and things exploding and loot dropping and all these other things happening. I didn't have enough time to see what that buff was. The shrine or temple, whatever the hell they call it. Oh no, forgot to look at the clock the whole time. Was not paying attention. See, that's what happens when you lollygag. Take too much time and you kind of forgot the whole main gimmick of this game was the clock. Wow, so like the clock and how clock did us in. Wow, it was fun though. I just was not paying attention to the clock at all, which is like the game's gimmick too. So that's on me. We got 125. So maybe that wasn't mana. All right, guys. Thank you to Player Found and Mad Mushroom for the game key. This was Hell Clock. It released on July 9th for PlayStation and Xbox, and it's already been out for almost a year on Steam. For more info, the link is in the description. As always, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.